Honestly, I think the best way to do this video is an off-the-cuff experience because, wow, shocker. Reuben Langdon has quit acting. And I guess that means because Reuben Langdon was Dante for like several years. It's been a long time. It's been a long journey. He's also been the mocap actor for Chris Redfield. I believe this was all the way back in Code Veronica days. Like he mocapped Chris there, and he mocapped Chris in RE5 and RE6, I believe. A very prolific actor in terms of mocap and doing the voice of Dante, which is a very popular character in Devil May Cry. He started with DMC3, and DMC3 was just this exuberant, badass, stylish take on the character, harkening back to what worked with the first one and making him younger, more arrogant, and out of control. And I love this whole renegade mentality of Dante in DMC3, Dante's Awakening. It was very good. I really loved it. Awesome, just an awesome game all around. It put Insuno on the map. It put Reuben on the map. Dan Southworth on the fucking map. Like those two, as Dante and Virgil, they're like peanut butter and jelly, dude. So smooth, so good. I can't imagine anyone else as them. But we saw it when we saw the Devil May Cry anime announced, and we were all speculating for the new one. Dante sounds a little different. In the teaser trailer, we got Dante as Johnny Young Bosch, you know, Nero, Nero taking over, and it was kind of jarring to some people, and I understand this, where it's like, why is Nero suddenly voicing Dante now? I thought to myself, rationally, it's probably a decision beyond Johnny Young Bosch's control. It is what it is. Johnny is a trooper, and he probably was tasked to do this because they didn't have anyone else to rely on for a younger Dante. I know it's going to be weird if they decide to put Johnny in a new game since he voices Nero, and then we have an older Dante. But as I said before, maybe they're going to replace Reuben with this guy named David Matranga. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He was the voice actor replacement in Street Fighter 6, and he voiced, you know, Ken Masters in there, where that was initially a character that Reuben Langdon also voiced. And we saw Reuben slowly getting replaced. We thought to ourselves that Reuben Langdon was getting replaced because of his weird political tirades and talking about aliens and COVID bioweapons and how he's not vaccinated and all this other stuff. It eventually rolled over into being canceled and talking about transgender stuff, and I was just like, Reuben, please stop. Like, dude, you are going to get shit canned as Dante, alright? You're crossing the line, you're towing the line, and you should keep it all to yourself. Get your bag, but don't ruin it. Don't blow it. Don't jeopardize it. While he has the entitlement of freedom of speech, that does not mean that he was not going to suffer the freedom of consequence if it got worse. I know he said Insuno had his back, but Insuno's not at Capcom anymore. He's not at the company anymore. What else can be done? Like, they could fire him whenever they want, but apparently that's not the case, and he just is not active in acting whatsoever. Johnny wants to bring him back, but that's just like a 50-50 chance. Like, maybe he will decide himself how he coordinates this, but there is the possibility that Reuben could say no, and we might be looking at a situation where Reuben Langdon will not voice Dante anymore going forward in the future, and that's fucking insane. That's wild to me. Never in my wildest imagination would I think that Reuben Langdon would not be voicing Dante anymore in any scenario, considering that he fought so hard to voice this character in DMC5. Like, they were going to replace him, and he fought for it, you know what I mean? He really fucking went into like the booth and he proved himself, and he said, you know, You think I'm too old for this, but I'm not. I'm ready for this. I've done Dante. I know him like the back of my hand. Fantastic voice actor with enthusiasm. I like Reuben a lot. The problem with this is that it seems like Devil May Cry is in a little bit of disarray with Itsuno being gone and Reuben now not being in the forefront of the role as Dante. Anything can happen, but personally, like I said, they already got some replacements in. David Matranga is Ken Masters, and he could be an older Dante. Let's listen to his voice real quick and let's do an analysis, right?
Man, talk about pathetic. I got totally played. The Foundation was just supposed to be doing a little support work. And the next thing I knew, I was being framed for terrorism. My name was cleared. But it's not like things can just go back to the way they were.
I can see it. If he puts a little bit more enthusiasm in his voice for Dante, because, well, this is just, you know, grim Ken Master story. But if he puts a little bit more enthusiasm, I could see him playing an older Dante in like DMC 6 or whatever. But I think the most important thing is worrying about the quality of the series and the input and the consistency of putting out new releases going forward, because right now we need a new Devil May Cry more than ever. It's been like, when did the last one come out? DMC 5. It was 2019. It's been quite a while. It's been like 5 years or something like that, like 4 or 5 years. We need a new DMC. It's just, it is what it is. It's something that we need, and I think this is the perfect time to rearrange, reshuffle, and create a team for Devil May Cry. Like, remember Team Little Devils? Like, make something like that. Just a team for DMC, specifically under new management. I saw there was new directors and producers on Dead Rising. So a lot of fresh, new upstarts and faces. And I think they're gonna find that one person that's like really fantastic and out there and really loves character action that could take it to a whole new level. Apparently a guy who worked on Bayonetta is at Capcom right now, so I have some faith that maybe if they snag him for a future DMC, then that shit will be fire. Because I love Bayonetta too, and I think that's like one of the best action games I've played on the Wii U when it came out. Either way though, like, there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be witnessed. There is a bit to talk about, but I would say people should be enthusiastic, because you never know until they put the right chips in play, and maybe it'll feel like nothing has ever changed. But I know Reuben Langdon is more or less quintessentially Dante, and I don't think anyone can take away his past credits or what he does, but maybe there is a time where someone can step in and do a bang-up job. And just like I said, maybe David could be that person for the job. Maybe they could get someone else. Maybe they could remake a DMC and get an entirely new voice actor. I don't know if they're going to use Johnny going forward from here, but I just hope that him and older Dante does not cross paths, because I think that's going to sound a little bit weird along with Nero being there. So I think they have the foresight to know they're not going to do that. It's the end of an era right now, currently. End of an era. No Itsuno and no Reuben Langdon. Which is definitely different. So what do you guys think of all this? There are people offering me suggestions saying that maybe they should get like Matthew Mercer as Dante, Drew Combs back. He was the voice actor in DMC 1. I want to fill your dark soul with light. That motherfucker, right? I think that'd be very fun if they did that. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a DMC remake with Drew back. That'd be pretty cool. Give him a second chance with more acting chops. You know, that'd be cool. But I do think that maybe David might take over going forward, but I guess we'll see what happens. I don't mind though. I don't mind them creatively opening the floor for a new Dante. But tell me what you guys think. Like, do you eventually think that more people are going to drop from the Devil May Cry side because so many are kind of like just falling off? And what is your ideal solution for them moving forward with the series, since so many veterans like Matt Walker and Suno and Reuben are now gone from Capcom? As I said, it's best to maintain some hope because, as you know, Capcom knows how to play ball. Again, there were people that left Street Fighter that were crucial, and Street Fighter 6 is fire. I just played with Terry Bogard. Oh, that motherfucker's so fun, dude. That dude's so fun. They managed to replicate and capture and respect the spirit of an SNK character. So if Capcom can do that, I think anything is possible. If Capcom can have Shinji Mikami just go after the Clover Studio fiasco, a situation that happened over there, and they can find new blood, new talent to take over Resident Evil and make us like yearn and thirst over Resident Evil 9 with Nakanishi, I cannot wait to see what they do. I just think they need to play their cards on the table, put the chips down, and play your bets. But we need to see some developments here soon, because what you have is a worried fandom who wants to know the scoop on what's happening next. I will see you guys next time, to coin a phrase. Hopefully you have fun with this video, and while it does sound like downtrodden news, I'm sure that Johnny's gonna kill it with the new anime. I'm sure that there will be a solution that will happen sooner or later. I'm sure the right people will be put in the right place, and for us fans, you just gotta have faith and see what happens. Capcom has been a very smart company, and it has been mostly a very quality, consistent company. And if we get more of that for DMC, them exploring around a little bit, then the possibilities could be endless for this franchise continuing forward in the future. We voted with the Capcom poll, and it is time for the company to see that and deliver. I'm finally signing out for real this time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as usual, stay cool, stay classy, stay stylish.